It's time for another board recap podcast, our last school board meeting of 2024. Can you believe that, Dr. Smith?
That is difficult to believe. Not only the calendar year, but the first half of the school year has flown by.
How great it is, though, to be able to look back and say we've had a great first half of the school year and I say with the EVSC, but 40 schools and all of our programs. Just it's a real moment to step back and say, wow.
You
Good
bet.
for everyone's
You
hard
bet.
work and effort. So let's dive into last night's meeting, if you will, and we'll start as we always do with good news. So I'll lift some things. Scott Elementary School's choir, this was really interesting. They got to participate. Great experience for the kids in the tree lighting ceremony down with the new tree, and looks fantastic in front of the Civic Center. So not only did they get to showcase their talents, but they got to be part of just a real community-wide celebration. So it's a great learning experience, something those students at Scott Elementary will remember. Escalade Sports, always such a successful, longtime local business. They're a great partner to us. They're part of the EVSC Foundation's Adopted School program, and they have adopted McGarry Middle School. And they provided 4 new really nice outdoor basketball goals for an outdoor basketball surface there at McGarry. And that's something the students can use, the neighbors, the community. So real thanks go out to Escalade Sports for their generosity. Really want to lift up one of our student athletes, Maddie Shirley. She is a junior at Central High School. Last year, she was the SIAC Conference Player of the Year for girls basketball. As a junior early in the season, she's already eclipsed the 1,000 point mark. She's signed to play with USI Division I girls basketball, women's basketball in college, and that is an impressive student athlete for you.
Very much so.
Lots of room for her to score more points, too. She's
Yeah.
well on her way to exceeding that total. So, also in good news, the Indiana Pacers were in town. Teacuple Elementary was the recipient of one of their annual big toy giveaways. All of the students at Teacuple received a new toy. They brought cheerleaders. They brought the mascots. Anyone who saw these pictures on social media, it really got shared a lot because so many smiling faces. So thanks to the Indiana Pacers, thanks to EPD, because they were part of this partnership. Just a great day for those students at Teacuple. The December cause for applause went to Lori Hardwick. Lori is a teacher at Oak Hill Elementary School, and I know you got to be there as always. Always something that you look forward to, recognizing that Employee of the Month.
You bet. And what a great teacher.
Yes, and you could just see the excitement from her students, from her colleagues. It's just always a fun thing to be a part of, recognizing employees who go above and beyond.
You bet. She's got a great personality, and you can tell that the kids in her homeroom love her and just the impact that she's had on the entire Oak Hill staff and family.
Yeah, most definitely. So kudos to her. I know this is something we're really proud of. When you look at Academic All-City Awards for student athletes this fall, the EVSC had 370 students who earned a varsity letter while maintaining a GPA of 3.5 or higher, qualifying them for the Academic All-City Award. I think that's the most we've ever had in that amount of time, and so really proud of all of those student athletes.
Yes, I know Dr. Owen has made this a huge part of his mission.
Yes.
And he has seen success in that every year. And when I say he has seen success, our students have seen success because of what our coaches and our teachers do. But he certainly is leading that charge. They are truly student athletes.
Yes, very proud of them. And then we had friends from Centerpoint Energy here and presented a check with energy savings projects that we do. And we talk about things like that a lot of times when we talk about facility improvements. But anything, of course, that we can do that results in savings is money that we can dedicate to other purposes. So big thanks to our friends at Centerpoint for being there last night.
Absolutely.
And that takes care of good news. If you will, why don't you take us through consent?
All right. You know, there were a lot of things on consent.
Yes.
But that is kind of the time of year that we have here. So when we look at item 3.2, consideration allowance of payments, a pretty hefty amount, $24.7 million, but this was over a 3-week period of time. So that was 2 payrolls. It was also our health insurance and then also the purchase of 20 buses, over $3 million just in buses. Item 3.03, consideration approve the transfer of rainy day funds. And then item 3.04, consideration approve the transfer of funds to the post-retirement severance fund. So these are things that we do at the end of the year, and both resolutions were up to $1 million. So we can take money that is not allocated, not used from the operations fund and put in our savings account, which is our rainy day fund, which the board approved last night, as well as 3.04 for that post-retirement severance fund. Um, we have promises that we certainly do keep to our employees in terms of retirement. So we put money away every year to make certain that we can fulfill those promises. Item 3.05, consideration to approve the reduction of appropriation. So we did this actually in our first meeting in November for the rainy day fund appropriation. And basically what we're doing is we're telling the Department of Local Government Finance that we are not going to use these funds. So when they know we're not going to use them, then they can basically give us the budget authority to utilize funds next year. So unlike your savings account, just as an example, the permission to use those funds does not automatically roll into the next calendar or the next fiscal year. So this is just basically a function of making certain that the department knows that we're not going to use them. So please give us permission to use them next year. 3.06, consideration approve the resolution to transfer from the education fund to the operations fund. We've been doing this for a number of years now, as have all school districts, as a result of changing the types of funds that school districts have. This $5.5 million a quarter has been the same now for 5 years. Item 3.07, consideration approved grant proposals. So this is a proposal to access Ready 2.0 funds through the Evansville Regional Economic Partnership, otherwise known as EREP, to really expand a great program that we have at Central High School known as the Academy for Science and Medicine. Item 3.08, consideration to approve permanent easement to CenterPoint Energy Indiana South regarding Central High School, both in Track 1 and Track 2, which is also item 3.09. And this is really so that they have better access to overhead lighting that we have at Central High School. And it will, I think, be certainly a welcomed addition, if you will, and certainly ease of use for CenterPoint. Item 3.10, consideration of appointments to the Vanderbilt County WBE Utilization Board, as well as the Evansville Vanderbilt Public Library. The school board has several appointments to basically boards, and MBE WBE Utilization Board is one, as well as Evansville Public Library. So the board did approve those recommendations on our Monday meeting or at our Monday meeting. Item 3.11, consideration for the change order number 1 for the Wrights High School security camera project of 2024. So basically what we did with the advance in technology, we have been installing air quality sensors. We unfortunately have students that think that vaping is okay. Not only okay, in our school buildings or on our school property is very detrimental to your health. So these air quality sensors actually will tell us when students might be doing that in restrooms, and then we can take the appropriate actions for that.
Just a quick public service announcement. The more that we and parents can do to talk to students and teenagers especially, and young teens about the dangers and the health risks of vaping, are not wasted words, because it is something that we do see across the state and the nation.
Right.
And we've got to keep talking, because there is nothing at all healthy about vaping.
No, very detrimental to one's health. And my understanding is that just one of those vapes has the power of 300 cigarettes when it comes to nicotine.
Yeah, so you have sometimes you see young teens that are truly addicted. I mean, it's
Right.
not that they're just vaping for the fun of it. They are actually addicted, which is a sad state of affairs. So
Right.
we've all got to keep doing our part to keep talking about this.
Number 1, don't start.
Right.
Number 2, if you do, stop. And we will know.
Yes, that's
we will
true.
know.
That's true.
Item 3.12, consideration to approve the workers' compensation excess insurance renewal. We are self-insured for work comp, and like we are with health insurance, and just like we are with health insurance, there is a stopgap
There you go.
for individuals. If we hit $400,000 for one work comp for an employee, then this insurance would kick in and pay for that above the $400,000 amount. Item 3.13, This is consideration to approve the addendum to the agreement with AdTech. So AdTech is our service provider for E-rate support. And this category 2 is really then for the equipment that we utilize to make certain that everything runs. So category 1 is the internet and all of that itself. Category 2 would be the equipment to make it run. Item 3.14, consideration approve the agreement with Documents to Digital Technology Solutions, doing business as Gemini Technology Services. So as we've gone to Power School, we have a lot of documents when we were with the former SIS system that we have in a system called Image Silo. So this will, through the magic of technology, convert those image silo documents into PDF format so that they can be uploaded seamlessly into Power School. And then 3.15, the last item under consideration for consent was consideration to approve the retirement benefit administrator transition to Voya Financial. Voya serves as all of our employees' retirement accounts. And this is now going to take our VIBA accounts, which is basically a great benefit that we have for individuals that retire from us, then have a pot of money that they can use for their health insurance or their health spend when they're retired. This is just bringing it all under the Voya umbrella.
And now you can take a deep breath.
All right.
After 15 items of consent. But
Yeah.
truly, I mean, all those summarize just all of the behind the scenes things someone listening may not even think about that go into running a large school system.
That's
like
right.
we have. So that takes us to personnel recommendations.
All righty. 4.01 personnel recommendations. They are there for your perusal, as I am sure people do every at the conclusion of every board meeting, and I would encourage people to do that. Sorry, I've been a little bit under the weather, so that little frog in my throat
That's okay.
is trying to work back out here. So.
That is okay. We had 5 action items last night.
So if you take number 1 for us.
Sure. So this, we had approval for us to move forward with an agreement with Final Site. So really looking forward to that over the next year or so. You're going to see a big change in terms of what our EVSC website looks like at evscschools.com. A lot of parents go to that for information, all of our school websites. So really looking forward to that. And a new app as well, so that we can really get information out there for parents and members of the community that need to know things about EVSC.
Right. And then in the previous board meeting, we did put forward 2 new courses for our course proposals. One is Advanced Placement Seminar, AP Seminar, and then there's also AP Seminar English. They really are 2 different and distinct AP courses. I think that will bring our total up to 30 different AP courses that we offer. And then also another course that we're very excited about is Aerospace Engineering as part of the Project Lead the Way pathway. And that will be offered at North as basically a capstone Project Lead the Way course. So once again, Aerospace Engineering, if you'd like to enroll in that class, we have it.
Always exciting to see new courses coming along. And then sometimes you see a course like that one going to North, and at some point then it may expand to other schools as we really dive into that as well.
That is correct. And then the next 2 items are really companion items, 5.03, 5.04, consideration approve the agreement with Resultant for data managed services, as well as the agreement with Authentica Solutions. So as we continue to drive decisions based upon data, this is really the next step in our evolutionary progress, which is going to house all this in really what we call a data lake house in the cloud. And then with the incorporation of AI, I think we will have unlimited opportunities to make great decisions based upon the assimilation of data in ways that we cannot do currently, and we'll also do it in a very quick and efficient, timely manner.
That's really something you and some others on our leadership team have talked about, wanting and desiring a really effective system for some time now. So looking forward to seeing how this comes together.
Yeah, we've had 4 different types of data warehouses. And while they've all served their purpose, all of them were kind of clunky, and it seemed like we spent a lot of time trying to gather the data and then didn't have as much time actually acting upon the data. That should change after this is fully implemented.
Very good.
Then 5.05, consideration approved property and casualty insurance renewal. And we talked about this at some length at the previous board recap podcast. With this, the total premium cost is going to be $2,135,534. That's an 18% increase. That continues to go up. because just of the environmental conditions. And we do have a lot of property. But that is what is happening in the market, not only for
Sure.
businesses and industries, but also homeowners
Oh,
know that
absolutely. You hear about
insurance is
this in the
going up.
national media all the time. So, and then we had 4 information items last night.
Those are the 4 information items that Dr. Underwood brings to the board on a monthly basis just to talk about the financial health of a corporation. And we are very, very strong.
Yes, and you can, as you always say, as we always say, click on those links. You can take a deep dive into any of the financial items that he shared last night. And as we said at the beginning of the meeting, this was our last meeting of 2024. We've had a great first semester, and I know you are looking forward to a very strong second semester as well.
We certainly are. I think we were poised to have a great second semester. And I just want to take this opportunity to wish everybody and all their families happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Let's have a great holiday season. Enjoy family and friends. Get some rest and relaxation. Remember the reason for the season, and look forward to seeing everybody in the new year.
Very well said. Thank you so much, and happy holidays to you too, Dr. Smith.
Thank you.